discussing with Patrick.
Patrick, you got a chance to get his 100-point moves, the moonlight in the locker room. What would you like to see him celebrate on the field?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. I'm not going to say what Tyreek said, but it was definitely exciting to kind of get him that win. We were due to get him that win. It had been a couple weeks now, but I'm glad we got to do it in Philadelphia and around where he kind of came into his own, and now he's in Kansas City, and it's a good thing he's here with us.
Patrick, you know Andy about as well as anybody in the locker room. What do you think this means to him?
Yeah.
Not only get 100 with the Chiefs, but get it here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's special to him for sure. I mean, being in Philadelphia, kind of like I said, I mean, he kind of became Andy Reid in a sense in Philadelphia, and to be able to go to Kansas City and build what he's built here and get that 100 win in Philadelphia. I mean, obviously he's going to keep on going. He has a lot of dreams for this season, but he'll definitely take in this moment for a second at least.
I got you. Hold on. Go ahead, Herb. I'm going to come back.
We know you can do, obviously, 5 touchdown passes that you and Tyreek Hill can do. But over the last 2 games, you guys have amassed 380-plus yards on the ground. What kind of message does that send to the rest of the league that you guys can be a balanced offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just going to open everything up. I mean, being able to run the football in this league is crucial. And be able to have the guys that we have, and you can see week by week, they're getting better and better and better. And they obviously, they have the talent. It's about working together and building those relationships. And Clyde's running the ball really well. Other guys are stepping in and running the ball really well. And I think you saw today, once you run the ball a lot, defenses will come up a little bit, and you can kind of hit them over the top.
Nate.
With everything that you guys do in the red zone, just how much fun and creativity is being thrown where you can do underhand, shovel passes, just how much was it fun to get back to that style of football for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's funny, the first underhand pass, Kelsey actually made up, and he used himself as a decoy to kind of open it up. And so when you have receivers coming up and saying, hey, I think if I do this, he'll get someone else open, that's a special group of guys. And so he did that one, and then he had the one where where we told him to give a little bit of Hollywood sell, and telling Kelsey to give a little bit of anything, you're going to get a lot. So he showed why his acting skills and got us a touchdown to Jody, and to be able to do all those different cool things keeps kind of everybody alive and ready to go.
Go ahead.
Patrick, you mentioned, Andy becoming who he was here, but now I assume you feel like his identity is, and going forward as the Chiefs coach, do you feel some sense of that in this moment too, or doing it in this building and all that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think when you look back on him, you'll know him as a Kansas City Chief. I mean, the way he's able to kind of build up this organization from day one and win and build up to where we won the Super Bowl and got back to the Super Bowl, and then now where we're at now. He's building something. He'll continue to build it. We have a lot of young guys on this team who he gets the best out of every single day. No offense to Philly, I'm glad they let him go, and he's here coaching us in Kansas City.
Sam.
Patrick, you were near when Tyreek just said that everybody expects you to win, but also inside the locker room, it got that way as well. Could you sense that affecting your performance?
Yeah, I don't know if it affects your performance, but I think it affects your week of work, I guess you would say. I think you understood this last week, the urgency that we had, that we need to get everything done. We need to practice at a certain attitude. You need to go in and really work on the little details. And, I mean, it's not complacency, but you lose those little things whenever you're winning every single week, whenever you can get at the end of the game and be like, oh, we're just going to win the football game. We'll figure out a way. It doesn't happen like that in the NFL, and the NFL will kind of correct you really quick. And we saw that, and now we have to keep building because we're playing a really good football team this next week.
I was going to ask, after a tough couple of weeks, what does a game like this do for you guys, particularly when your offense was going around shoulders like it did today?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good step in the right direction. It shows that work that we put in this last week was what we need to do every single week. It shows that we have to be able to run the football to open up other things. But there's still a lot of things that we have to get better at. We have to cut the turnovers on another interception, another mistake in a crucial part of the game. We have to find ways to get stops in the red zone, which I thought the defense did a good job of that today. And at the end of the day, we have to find ways to continue to win. And I think we have a nice test this next week playing the Bills and how well they're playing. We get to do it Sunday at Arrowhead, Sunday Night Football, so it'll be a good game.
Patrick, you said you were excited about the challenge when you were faced with 1 and 2 of your backs at the wall. Do you feel like you guys met that challenge today? I mean, you obviously got the win, but do you feel like you exceeded expectations of getting that win today?
I think we started it. I mean, there's still a long ways to go. This is a long season. We started in the right direction by battling. I mean, they came out and firing, and we were able to battle back and find a way to win the football game. But if you look at our schedule, there's no easy games. So we've kind of earned the right to play in all these tough games, and we have to continue to build and get better. You don't win a season at the beginning of October, September. It's about getting better each and every week, and we're going to keep building and building and try to do what we can to get better as a team.
Mike?
How do you build on that? Because it's easy to kind of let up a little bit. You can say you want to keep that urgency, but what kind of things do you do as a leader and for yourself to maintain that kind of feeling?
I think that's just holding each other accountable. I mean, just as much as I hold these guys accountable, they hold me accountable of being the best Patrick Mahomes I can be every single day. And I think when you have leaders on the team that do that to each other, that I'm making Travis the best Travis Kelce can be every day, Tyreek, and then Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu. It in turn will kind of flow throughout the entire team. We haven't dug ourselves out of a hole yet. We're still not in first place in the AFC West, and we have to continue to build and win football games. And so I'm excited to keep that challenge going, keep that same mindset, and be a great Kansas City Chiefs football team.
Last two quickly, guys.
When you have a guy like Patrick who's had, first couple of weeks of the season had down games for him.
Yeah.
When you have the hot hand, like in basketball terms, do you feel like you have to feed him to make him get? I mean, he had 11 receptions.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that all the time. I mean, when he's such a special playmaker. I mean, not only as a receiver catching the ball, but we find ways to get him the ball in the run game. We find ways to kind of use him to get other people open. But I think you see that with this team, it's about winning at the end of the day. I mean, we want to win football games. Tyreek, obviously, we want to get him involved as much as possible. But if we need to use him to get someone else open, he's willing to do that. Today, Travis didn't have this big game that he always has. But if you would have saw him on the sideline, you just saw the leader that he was. He's getting everybody going every single time, not letting the energy go down. And I think that shows the type of guys that we have on this team is obviously everybody wants to have big games every single game. But at the end of the day, it's about winning winning. And I think we have guys that understand that.
Last one. You made concerted effort, obviously, by cutting down the turnovers. Today it looked like you all were having fun, obviously, coming hosting. You all were having a lot of fun. How do you build on that going further, knowing that you got Buffalo coming in too?
Yeah, you got to keep enjoying this game. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game. It's something that we want to be great at, something that we want to continue to work, and it's challenging every single day. But you have to have fun out there. And I think you see whenever we're having fun, usually good things happen. And so, like you said, we're getting to play a good Buffalo team. I think had another shutout that's playing really good football. And I'm sure they want to beat us pretty bad. And so I'm excited for the challenge to get to play them and get to go up against one of the best teams in the AFC.
All right, thank you.